remove those blockages.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
really?
toxins and yeah.
Okay. Guten Morgen. Morgen, Morgen, Morgen. It is here at the Frankfurt International Book Fair. And wow, it is the fifth day. Just like that, we are starting our fifth day. And we made sure that as we start our fifth day, no blurry videos, no blurry, audio. So we are just live in our booth so that we can meet, greet our viewers, fairgoers, and everyone else in the literary world. A happy fifth day, happy last day. And here at the Frankfurt International Book Fair, we are going to make it happen. All right, so my story or my anecdote for the day is really very inspirational. Only for the fact that, my goodness, one of our very important authors introduced me to someone so angelic, angelic like her. And, she introduced me to a little woman, I think this tall. And she's really told me, I was in this book fair even before you were born. And I was like, oh my goodness. I have met someone who has been in this book fair in the 60s and 70s. It wasn't even a messe. It wasn't even a formal messe yet. It was just that iconic front view of Hall 1. It was just that small thing back in the day. And, she really reminded me of how things were sustained, how things have been kept, how tradition and history has been preserved, because a woman her age, telling me that she's been here several times even before I was born, is just so awesome. Yeah? So, we're not only bridging countries together, we're not only bridging cultures together, but we're actually bridging generations together. How awesome is that, ladies and gentlemen, right? It doesn't matter if you're a Gen Z, if you're a millennial, you're a boomer, Gen X, and whatnot, right? But for the love of books, everyone is here. Everyone is here at day five of the Frankfurt International Book Fair. So I can't believe, 5 days just flew by, literally flew by. And as they say, things just happen so fast and things fly by when you are having fun. And I'm sure our viewers, even if you're in the comforts of your beds, of your couches, and at home, you are also having fun watching us live here at the Frankfurt International Book Fair, specifically at Hall 6, Level 0, Lane B, Stand 11. We are here at ReadersMagnet, live showcasing more than 150 books of new, old, and republished authors that we are working with. And it always makes me giddy. It always makes me excited that we're in another country, right? I love my country. I love America. But as you go forth to Europe, to Latin America, to Asia, it really becomes it makes more sense, right? It makes more sense because really at ReadersMagnet, we say we share your story with the world. And when we say we share your story with the world, it doesn't mean the world within America, right? It means Asia, it means South America, it means Europe, and it means the Middle East, and it also means Germany, and it absolutely means Frankfurt. So, the Frankfurt International Book Fair, this is our 7th year. Let me remind you, this is our 7th year. And not only has been our 7th year, but it is also our second year to solo exhibit. So before we exhibit with our partners and our colleagues in the industry, sharing, a small nook. It's just, it started like just those 2 panels, right? And it was even shared. Can you imagine? And as we get known and as stories grew, as skills and expertise have really sharpened, here we are. Oh my goodness, it's like 10 panels already. You can't really see the other half, but here we are. And that journey to where we are right now hasn't been easy at all, but hey, we're here, we're standing, we're having fun, and we are making it big here at the Frankfurt International Book Fair. Okay, so enough about my tidbits, my anecdotes, and let's get the ball rolling. Again, she's no stranger to us. She's been one of the authors that has been with us since day one. What a blessing that she has passed by our stand, because, hey, as destiny would put it, or maybe serendipity. I think as serendipity would put it, she was meant to be partnering with ReadersMagnet. And, her partner in crime is none other than her brother, right? So, I would like to call both siblings, because when I see siblings helping one another, when I see siblings just supporting, right? Just supporting one another, it just melts my heart and only makes me pray harder that my kids turn out to be like them, right? I've had those relationships also with my brother and my sister, but looking at them, very mature, grown up, professional, and still clinging to each other, right? Like they're still playing in the in the playground. Just warms my heart. So without further ado, I would like to call in the siblings, the Villanueva, or Lorelai Villanueva, or just but and then your our second name. I thought it was part of your last name. So it's the Villanueva. So the Villanueva siblings from Luxembourg. I'd like to call them to join me in this morning's discussion, because not only did this old lady inspire me, but both author and brother, who is a rapper, by the way, has really inspired me. Come on down, Rachel and Anthony. Woohoo! Hello. How are you? Good morning. Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen. Good. So we have a surprise for our viewers, Rachel.
Yeah,
right?
It's my brother. Surprise.
Yeah. Where is the mic? Okay. So
should we switch?
Yeah, I know. I think you can. Oh, is it loud enough? Okay.
Right.
So how's been the experience, bro?
Awesome.
Yeah?
So I'm Anthony, I'm her brother, and I'm here actually kind of like her emotional support guy, manager, coach,
Bodyguard, wingman. Yeah, that's
my role.
wow. Yeah, and it really pleases me and amazes me that at such a mature age you still support one another.
Oh yes.
Right?
Always.
I mean, it's easy to support our sibling through text, through a call, but physically, because both of you are leading your own lives, right? But this is such a huge milestone for you.
Yeah.
Your first ever book, and your brother is here. Why did you choose to come and support your sister?
Because she's my best friend.
Oh my goodness.
She's my best friend. She's like, she's always been my best friend.
Yeah.
And in my darkest phases, she helped me. She's a healer.
She's a healer.
Yes.
And did that healing also come from the book, or is that form of a healing found in this book?
That form of healing is definitely found in this book. In like when I said in those darkest phases she helped me, I was always going over to her house, and she hadn't written the book yet, but the knowledge was already in that head.
I'm sure. I'm very sure. And what better way, right, to put into to words, to put into context what you really do.
Yeah.
What you really do. So not only do you help others, but or how can you help others if you can't help your family member?
Exactly.
Yeah, your best example.
Yeah.
Right
best
over
friend.
here. Your best example is your best friend.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so any before you go and before I let Rachel be featured alone, what is your, how do you want our readers or our fans to or please invite them in buying their book, and how do you want them to understand what the book is about? That's what I'm trying to say.
It's such a wide array of stuff that she talks about in there, but mainly the thing I want to say is, like I said before, she's a healer.
She's a healer.
She's a healer. She healed my soul.
She's healed you, bro.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And this book will heal also others, like it's healed your brother. Go invite the viewers, invite people on the internet to buy your sister's book.
So everyone check out her Instagram. It's Emilia Petalaya Yoga. It's not that easy to write, but you'll find it. She's gonna be live also on her own Instagram, and
Yes.
we're also gonna comment down on your site so that it's gonna be easier to find her. And thank you, ReadersMagnet, for giving her a platform.
Yes, you are very welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. So where can they find her book?
So on Amazon,
Barnes and Nobles, Walmart.
Sister, let bros
Target.
Let bro, yes, Target.
Where else? I don't know.
Everywhere else. So America, they are from Luxembourg. We are in Germany, but this book is actually available all over America, right? So yes, grab a copy, grab today. Someone is healed, you can be healed. Just buy the book. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, bye. Okay, now I have the very important author of Reader's Magnet. Her name is Rachel Lorelei Villanueva. So Rachel, tell us about your book. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about how your book came about, and tell us how it will help or how it will reach our viewers today.
So, hi everyone. I'm Rachel Lorelei Villanueva. I'm a yoga teacher, spiritual teacher, author. I started this work decades ago because myself, I had issues also in physical ailments, and also like I was always someone questioning the nature of reality. I was questioning everything, and also why are we here? What are we doing? Where are we going? And that came into my entire work that I did, because I will quote someone, Scott Turow, and he said, "Who are we but the stories that we tell to ourselves and believe?" And that is so powerful.
Yeah.
Because everything starts in the emotions, the mind. How can we change those limiting beliefs, reprogram everything to become the best versions of ourselves, whether it's mental, physical, or emotional? And that is all in the book. And that's why I also named it the unnamed word, because no one can define you. Someone asks you, who are you? What are you doing? We are so multidimensional beings, and the work is just, it goes from reprogramming those limiting beliefs to nature, crystal healing, astrology. I dive into so many aspects, and that's why it's the unnamed work.
Yeah. And there is a lot of tips here. So would you consider this book a self-help book?
Yes, it is.
It
is a self-help book. But I also ground my ideas into scientific research and quantum physics.
Yes.
So for the skeptics, there is also a lot of things here inside that will help you merge those two worlds together.
And yes, and there's a lot of references there, so that
Yes.
it will make more sense.
Mhm.
Yeah, because not everyone just jumps and leaps because of faith, right?
Mhm.
Sometimes others would like to be explained through science.
Yes.
So that's good. So who should read your book?
So my book is really for anyone who wants to change their life, whether it's professionally or something in the physical healing or even the mindset. It doesn't has any age. I always say it's never too late to change your life, to change everything around. So it really goes to anyone who's interested into transforming their lives.
Yep. So if you want change, if you want to manage change, but if you're so fearful of change, I think this book is actually wonderful for you. Let's since this is our last day,
Yeah.
you'd like to bring back the old concepts, right? And if your brother can bring in probably the crystals
Yes,
that you have, because that's very interesting. Not every day and not everyone has a crystal on hand,
Yes.
right? So why do you have those things, Rachel? And where is that mentioned in the book?
So I have a chapter in the book that specifically talks about crystals and astrology, because everything is tied together. So crystals, they grow naturally on Earth, and it comes from Earth, and they have a vibrational frequency. And for the skeptics, crystals are used in LCD screens. So we wouldn't have all this technology without the crystals.
Yep.
And there are many different kinds that can help, whether it's empowering, healing, finding courage, helping to speak. It's a plethora of benefits into crystals, and I talk into depth in the book about it. So that's why crystals, and you can find it in any spiritual shops. It's like an intuitive journey. It picks you.
Intuitive journey.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay. So why don't you journey with us, journey with her in purchasing this book? Why don't you come and really, explore the unnamed work by Rachel Lorelei Villanueva. Okay, so where can they buy your book again?
So
They heard it from your brother. We want them to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
So my book is available on Amazon, Walmart, Barnes & Nobles. You just need to write either my name or either the unnamed work on Google, and you will find really the platform. It's global. So it's over 250 plus platforms where you can get the book. And I'm currently working on an audio book. So it will be done by a professional narrator, because sorry, I don't have time. I'm working on my second book.
But don't you just love her accent, guys? I mean, in America, I'm telling you, your accent will really, because it's so fresh to my ears, and I'm sure it's fresh to the hundreds of watchers that are watching us. But yeah, I mean,
Well, for sure, my second book, I will narrate it myself.
yeah. So there's that, that different vibe, really from you, right?
Yes.
So imagine if that's encapsulated to that recording. But a professional is actually going to do it. That's going to be her template. She's learning from it, and definitely on her second book. Hint. What's your second book about?
The second book is AI,
Uh-huh.
authentically independent.
Oh,
So
so it's not
actually,
artificial intelligence?
no, I will have a chapter about that as well.
Okay.
Because in our era, we do need it.
Yeah.
But I always say it's the matter of how consciously you interact with everything.
Yes.
So I will have a chapter about it. But the first book is really the ground foundation of taking those old roots and planting new seeds. And the second book is like finding that inner compass, the new version of yourself. Where are you going? What's next? That will be in my second book.
Yeah. And no matter what has happened, no matter what what's been going on in your life, it's really up to you to be the driver.
Yeah.
In what we call here in Germany the Autobahn,
Yeah.
the Autobahn of your own success.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So Where can they buy your book? You told us that. Who can read your book? You told us that. She has a good video, by the way. Yeah.
A trailer.
So if you want a peek into what her book also brings about, her trailer, her book trailer is posted on your Instagram.
Yes,
yeah?
It's on my Instagram. But if you search author Rachel Lorelai Villanueva, it's also on YouTube.
It's also on YouTube. So all you have to do is go to the search field on Google and really type in Rachel Lorelai Villanueva. And I think the first video that will come out is your book trailer.
Yes.
Yeah. So
definitely,
guys, please watch that. It's not just for the views. It's really for you to understand not only the book but her whole Rachel's battle cry.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, Rachel's battle cry, right?
Exactly.
Because if everyone just reads this book, understands the concepts and the principles and the theories, well, not even theories, just principles and concepts behind this book, I think the world will be a better place.
Yes, and we all want to manifest something. And we hear it a lot about manifestation, and that's all also in this book.
Right. So again, invite them.
Yes, I invite you guys, if you really want to change something in your life, no matter what it is, I really invite you to jump with me into the unnamed work and let's start a movement together, because we are breaking the chains of fear, of limiting beliefs, and it's time to wake up and to jump into that unknown and to the unnamed work, because no one can define you.
But yourself.
But yourself.
All right, beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Rachel.
you.
It's been
honor.
our
Blessing.
yes, honor, blessing. Again, destiny, serendipity.
Yes.
Everything. Our stars aligned.
Yes, God's work.
God's work. Only God's work. Our stars aligned here at the Frankfurt International Book Fair. So thank you. It's been a beautiful 5 days. You have, honored us with your presence here at our booth, and much is appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so you have a good, fantastic last day in the Frankfurt International Book Fair. I'm sure you will be back next year.
For sure.
For sure, it's not too far from Luxembourg. But there are other book fairs too around the world that you and your brother can bond more with, right?
We're on a journey.
Yes, you are. Yes, you both are. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Wow. So inspirational. It is just very heartwarming that, there is someone in this world who's really writing about, and not only writing, but teaching us how to be better, because really, if life is lived to become worse instead of becoming better, then why are we even living, right? Why are we even living? So, to talk more about the living, is a survivor. My next very important author has really survived life's troubles and life's challenges with grace, with finesse, with beauty, with grandeur, and with beautiful hair, I may add. All right, so come on down, Alyssa Mortel.
Hello.
Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen.
Morgen. What a beautiful Morgen.
It is a beautiful
today.
Morgen.
Okay, so how are you?
I'm wonderful.
Good.
Thank you for mentioning my beautiful hair.
Absolutely.
You
because
put it down today.
I think that's one of your secret to success.
It is.
Yep.
It's
so,
my favorite.
Does it look purple? Does it look violet? You tell me. Comment on the...
That is the biggest argument we've had all week.
It's
been the comment of the Frankfurt Book Fair, is if it's purple or violet.
And she just doesn't, wear this beautifully, but she's also worn other colors beautifully.
Other color. I've been purple for years.
Have you been purple in London? Was that purple? No.
It was a darker purple. It was dark.
Dark.
In London.
But it looked red.
Did it?
Dark red? Yeah. Or was that?
It was right
or,
here. This was the color.
Or was that a trench coat? And
That you love my trench
Oh,
coat.
yeah.
I had a burgundy trench coat that he
burgundy,
wants.
burgundy.
He
That
wants
was the
my
color.
trench coat
No,
so
I do
bad.
not want to wear a burgundy trench coat.
You
but
want that trench
it's
coat.
it's nice to
Don't
look
let him
at.
deny it, folks.
It's nice to look at. Okay, so Alyssa, my goodness, I know you didn't come day 1, but it's been day 5.
It's been day 5, day 4 for me. I
Day-
know. I got lost on day 1.
Yeah,
I got on the wrong
conveniently.
train.
Conveniently lost in Amsterdam. Oh,
And Belgium.
and Belgium.
Yep, wrong train.
Oh
Ended up
my
in Belgium.
goodness. Wow.
Only,
I don't know if I can
only
say
in
this,
Europe can you
yeah.
get on the wrong train and end up in a totally different country.
Yeah. So in the capital of marijuana and chocolates. Oh wow. We're just having fun here in Europe, and she's also having fun promoting her book. So Alyssa, who are you? Why did you write this book?
I wrote this book for all people who either identify as chronically ill or have family members, people that they know that have been chronically ill in the past, or for their caregivers who really want to bridge the gap with people that they love who have been chronically ill. Whether that's mental or physical, they have something that's going on where they really want to have a better understanding. So what I did is I removed all medical jargon and all that kind of stuff from this book, and it just talks in all plain English what is chronic illness, whether, like I said before, it's mental illness like depression, anxiety. Right now with everything that's going on in the world, who doesn't have anxiety, honestly? Or physical, when it comes to fibromyalgia or brain fog, or a lot of people are getting older, they're dealing with things like arthritis.
Yep.
This book covers kind of a little bit of everything. It's also part workbook, so you can go in here and really deepen that understanding where you can answer your own questions.
Let's pause there and let's open to a sample. So this is part workbook. This engages the reader. Okay, it's not only about reading; it's about participating. It's just about putting in yourself, or putting really diving into the book.
You can dive into this book pretty deeply.
Pretty deeply. That's right. So look, guys. There's lines. I mean, suggested is to write it in pencil. So eventually you can erase it and probably write another answer. But I have a better tip. Write with a pen. And then if you have a different answer, buy another book. Buy another book.
Yeah.
Yes. Buy another
book.
book.
Different seasons in our lives.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you don't want to erase the past. You don't want to understand the past.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And at the end of every chapter, there's a notes section for you too. So you can really use this as a journal for yourself too. So you can go back and you can really come into your next season and go back and say, oh, well, this is how I feel now.
Yeah.
Coming back and thinking about it. After, you can build a bridge with your family member or your caregiver or whoever you are talking to after you have a conversation with them.
It's just like watching a movie when you were a teenager, right? It hits you in a different way. And then if you watch the same movie, having lived life, the same movie, having experienced life, or going through more challenges, and if you watch that movie again, the same movie, it hits you.
It hits you differently.
Yeah.
And even though this is a heavy subject, I want people to know this is a lighthearted book.
It can be heavy,
It can be, but it's a lighthearted book because, I wrote it and I'm funny. So.
Yes, you are. Yes,
and
you
I
are.
made it short on purpose because, if I'm going to ask, say, John, who's maybe never dealt with anything, he broke his arm when he was a kid, but I have chronic illness, so I wrote it and I said, hey, John, this is what I'm going through. Would you mind reading this? He's not going to want to have a tome, be like, will you read this? And he falls under the weight of the book. He's going to go, oh, yeah, I could read this on a plane, or I could read this in, 2 days.
Yeah.
It's not going to be too much to ask of a friend or a loved one.
Yes.
Where he's going to go, you know what? I do care about this person. Yes, I could handle something like that.
And I'm telling you, in this day and age, the attention span is the attention span of everyone
is Instagram post.
Getting 60 seconds. I'm always being told something chewable, something 60 seconds, something that people that can relate fast. It's always fast. And so that's good. But again, back to my tip, back to my good tip.
Yes.
Yeah. So again, this is a workbook, right? It's not just a self-help book, but it's also a self-help workbook.
Yeah.
Right. And again, folks would really recommend to write in pencil so you can erase. But
I would write in pen, like you said, because you are going to come back to this book and you're going to go look at what you learned, and after you've lived something, a tip that's in here, you're going to go back to it and say, wow, I really, I want to read what I wrote and I want to try something different.
Yes.
And then you're going to read it again and go back and you're going to say, I want to do this a different way because I lived a different season. We all grow up in different ways. A year from now, I'm definitely not the same person I was a year I was last year. Let's say even 6 months ago when we were in London.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a different person than I was when we were in London.
Oh my goodness. She barely talked. And she was just asking for tips on how to approach fairgoers. And my goodness, when I just heard her talk to another author and giving some of the tips and then some more and then more to another author on how to promote and how to to just let the fairgoers know about her book, I was amazed.
Thank you.
If
you look at me on camera too, I mean, just talking on camera, I think I was shaking in London.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah,
it was like my questions were just answered by yes, no, and very short answers, and I'm like, okay, of course I was a good host, and I just kept asking questions. But look at her now. My one sentence, 5-word question would really span into like a minute of an answer.
Yes.
So yes, she's changed, and this book will help you change too, because I think, and in my perspective, I read her book. You can see my my comment on Amazon, but I was just gonna say, right, that your book is not just for the chronically ill, but more importantly, it's for their friends and loved ones who are truly their friends, their family, who actually care.
Yeah, it's for the caregivers too, because if you're going to care for someone who's chronically ill, or if you love someone who's chronically ill, you need to feel...
So sorry, I have to rudely interrupt you, right? It's not necessarily a caregiver.
Right.
Because you can be a friend.
Right, a friend or family member, anybody.
Anyone.
But if you don't fill your cup, if your cup is running on empty, or you don't know how to fill your cup, how are you going to give love to them?
Yes.
And this will help you learn. And this will help you understand them better.
Yeah.
Because without removing that misunderstanding or that stigma, you don't know how to help.
Yes.
And you might not know how to even help yourself.
And you can't even blame them, your friends, family, and loved ones, because they're not going through the same thing as you went through.
You don't know what you don't know.
Case in point, your dad.
Yeah,
I'd like to bring this up, right? But because you had a hard time explaining it to him.
Exactly. And he's the reason I wrote the book, really, because he doesn't know what he doesn't know, and he didn't know what he didn't know, and he really wanted to understand what I was going through. And I really looked everywhere for resources that were simple and easy for him to understand, and I couldn't find them. So that's why I wrote the book. And that's why I wrote them, because it wasn't out there. And that's so needed in this world today.
It is.
Everywhere, all over the world. And people come up to me and I get stories upon story upon story. And I mean, just yesterday I ended up hugging a man who was crying. Him and I were crying together because he wanted his daughter to have this book so bad. He bought it for himself and for her. And he handed it to her right on the spot. I signed it for her. And he was we all hugged each other because he was saying, this is for you. You could finally understand what I'm going through.
Those valuable connections.
So wonderful. Look at this one's just talking about it.
Yeah, those valuable connections. Thank you also for introducing. Remember that small lady that greeted me this morning?
So wonderful.
Alicia was the one who introduced me to her, and when she told me that I have been here she was like that, like this and looking up. And she's like,
She's so
I
cute.
have been here even before you were born. I was like, oh wow.
She really touched John's
Wow.
heart. It was very
Yeah, because
cute.
it just gives me more energy. It gives me more reason. It gives more meaning on why we're here.
It does, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are living history. We are preserving history. We are preserving tradition. And books were for me were just compliance. In high school, obviously, I wasn't so bookish. I read, and I read for compliance, and then there was a time when John Grisham had all his movies out, so I had to read the book before I watched the movie, and it really it really inspired me. And as I entered the corporate world after my Grisham days, it was Covey, it was a lot of leadership self-help books
Yeah.
that helped me. But when you introduced me to that lady, it's like, wow, it all makes sense, right?
My favorite thing I think that's happened since the book fair started, he was actually on a video phone call with his son, and it was so cute. Me and another author, he turned the phone towards me and the other author, and his son goes, "Mom, look, the authors!"
Yeah.
And he was so excited. He lit up, and
Yes.
his son was so excited. And I don't think I've ever been called one of the authors before.
The
And
author.
it was so cute, and I just loved that.
And just to share further, right? Because I've never read this much, so I have to read for work now. It's sometimes it becomes compliance because we value our authors, but I also read children's books now. And their school, he's in a charter school, back in New York City, and there is a requirement, a minimum of 3 books that we have to read every day. So in a not work week, in a school week, I was gonna say in a work week, there's 15 children's book that I have to read. Do we have many books at home? Absolutely. Do I have that many children's book? Yeah, probably. But most in a day since he was born, I've only read probably a maximum of 2.
Yeah.
But now there's 3, and then now so each day or each occurrence in our lives really changes the perspective on things. And again, it makes great sense that we're here. You started your journey in London. She's been to London with us. She was amazed at the book fair, and then she continued in LA.
Yes.
Right, another beast there.
That was a big one.
That was a big one too. Outdoor, the University of Southern California shut down because of the Los Angeles Times Book Fair, and then she journeyed to her book continued its journey to Korea and then to Hong Kong, and then the author, this very important author, rejoined her book in Chicago, and now is here in Frankfurt International Book Fair. Is amazing.
It is. It's
right?
been wonderful.
And it's such a shame if she doesn't do this. It's such a shame if our authors do not go out to fairs like these, because if your book will stay in the shelves, I'm telling you, the very reason why you wrote that book is already negated.
Yes.
If you do not start talking about your book, if you do not start promoting your book, then you should just have put all those thoughts in your head and put mental notes and bind that mental notes in your head, because you gotta promote your book.
You do. You have to talk to people. You gotta be out there meeting people. It's so wonderful to being here where everyone's like-minded, and it's so fun to meet other authors.
Yes.
Laura and I connected, and it's just been so wonderful to talk to her.
Well, it's not just Lorelai that you connected. You connected with a
I've been
million
connecting
others.
with a million others too. You gotta cross promote, right?
Yeah.
I'm shameless about it.
Cross promote, because no one helps one another but ourselves. When I say ourselves, ourselves here in the book industry.
That's right.
You should be proud that you're part of the book industry, and you should be proud that you have a book. Okay?
Yes.
Well, it's easier said than done for most of them, you know. For most of our authors, they're born introverts. You were an introvert before, were you or no?
Do I look like an introvert?
No. But you were talking to an introvert yesterday.
I was, and he was doing great. He was out. He was putting himself out there.
Yeah.
He was handing out his. By the time we were done talking, he was handing out his
Business
bookmarks
cards
and his
and
business
bookmarks.
cards. He was doing great.
That's
So
doing great.
everybody's going to be doing great at the end of the fair.
Yes,
We
yes.
believe in everyone here at Readers Magnet.
Yeah, thank you for that. Okay, so where can they find your book?
You can find my book on Amazon.com, or you can find my book at V as in Victory, Warriors.com, where you can join for 3 months for free that I'm doing for the month of October.
Ah.
If you enter 3 months, everybody, for
Ah,
the month of October, if you enter the code FAFRA 2004,
FRA
FRA, when you sign up for a membership.
2024.
2024, yes, 2024.
FRA 2024.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
So 3 months free of what?
For the membership side of this website, where you
Yes.
can create your own forum and share your story with the world and tell your testament. And we are going to you'll be a founding member. You'll get a lot of great tips and tricks and treats, and you'll join a global community of other warriors out there.
Yes, and tips, tricks, and treats. Everyone loves a treat, right?
Everybody loves it.
So, Lorelai, probably you can play a game on your Instagram, and for the lucky viewer or lucky, a reader, you can mail them a book signed by you, right? As long as they follow you and all of those good stuff. Being here in the Frankfurt International Book Fair has really has blessed all of us.
It truly has.
It truly has, because it's a Sunday, and my prayer today and my prayer always is going to be to inspire more authors in the world to not just leave that story in their head, but go ahead, write a book, impact someone, influence someone, engage someone to actually become better.
Yes, and that's what we want to bless the world with. So we really want you to hear your stories. We want you to share them with the world, and we want you to join us on ivwarriors.com. And I also do wellness coaching, so come and get your free 30-minute wellness call with me and join us.
All right. So as we say at Readers Magnet, we share your
story
stories with the world. Let's do it once again.
Yeah, we did that bad.
Okay. As
I'm
we
gonna let
say
you.
here at Readers Magnet, we share your stories.
With the world.
All right. Back to you, Rob. Back to you, Rob. Back to you, Rob. Back to you, Rob. Back to you, Rob.
and welcome back to another set of book shoutouts. And thank you much for, as you can see, though, welcome to day 5 of our Frankfurt International Book Fair event. Again, it's going to be the last day. We're about to wrap up some things. But again, even though that it's the last day of the book event, we are still expecting a couple of authors to share their stories, especially with a couple of authors who had joined in today, especially from Alyssa. Again, Invisible Wars, if ever you are interested in getting a book, feel free to, again, click on the link that we had just posted on our chat. Okay, so you can check it out, go for it, and hey, maybe it's something you can go for. Okay, and Paul, by the way, thank you much for joining in, and good morning to you. Wait, you're in Florida, so it's just basically early morning dawn there. So good morning to you, Paul. Thank you much for tuning in on the live stream. Really love to see you here. And again, just want a quick reminder though, today is going to be the day that we'll be raffling the Kindle, and that's going to be later on in our afternoon session. Okay, so again, rule and requirement though, you gotta be here once we're going to be doing that raffle draw, just to make sure that, again, once I call your name, and I'll be seeing you, and you should be there, so at least our Readers Magnet staff can get in touch with you and provide you some instructions on how you can get your free Kindle. Okay, so without further ado, though, let's just talk about a couple of books here. And are there anything? How do you say this? You know, me and Revan, we had a conversation yesterday, and I believe those who had watched the live stream, we were talking about some stuff, and I really want to bring up that topic. Like, for you people who are authors, just one quick question. What do you think is much more important when it comes with you writing down your stories? Is it your logical sense of creating the story, or is it your creative side in creating those stories? Does logic follow creativeness, or creativeness follows logic? It's up to you. Hey, if ever you have any thoughts about that, I would be more than happy to read these comments and what you think about and what your thoughts are when it comes to it. And yeah, Paul, it's already 4:13 in the morning, Florida. Yeah, I was checking time to the US, okay? And to wherever you are in the globe right now, again, that's good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to each and every one of you. Love you all, love you all. Thank you much for joining the stream. And again, so without further ado, let us, how do you say this? Going to talk about some couple of books. Especially when it comes with these two books. I just want to do a special mention with these two. So first book that we do have here on the list is Love Leaps Forward Until Death Do We Part. It's Time Tilts Backward. It is coming from Retha Evans. It is a spirituality inspirational book, and let me just read a couple of lines here when it comes with this book as well. So let me start. So, Love Leaps Forward Until Death Do We Part, Time Tilts Backward, written with her husband, James Calvin Ezel. She recalls both good and bad times, and she learned to seek God for comfort and direction rather than give up and complain about her misfortune. There, that's awesome. Okay. And again, she and her husband stood strong together and worked through all of their problems in marriage. Life lessons are interspersed with moving recollections and original poetry that share events of a couple's life. They reveal hope for the future as events unfold through stories of love, life, and marriage. Okay, so if ever you are interested in getting a copy of this book, hey, feel free to scan that QR code. And again, it's the same drill. Just get your smartphone, scan that QR code, click on that link, and add these books to your future books to read list. Okay, and also one more thing, Maxine Thorson, a good morning. Thank you much for joining in the stream. Really love to see you there as well. Okay, okay. And again, today though, we just only have a couple of books here. There were it's been 4 days. I just wanted to do a quick highlight about 4 days that we have been doing these shout outs, and hopefully there were a couple of reads that you wanted to add on, especially for the Thanksgiving season though. There were a couple of cookbooks that we did a shout out to, so if ever you want to add a new recipe on your Thanksgiving table, hey, go for it and try to get a cookbook as well, okay, just to add more variety within your reading pastime. Okay, and so once again that is a Love Leaps Forward Until Death Do We Part, Time Tilts Backward. Okay, so if ever you are interested in grabbing a copy of this book, feel free to scan that QR code. It's available through Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Okay, and the next book that we do have here on the list is someone that has been with us through all of our book events. We have, I might be mispronouncing this. I kind of bit my tongue though. Really can't speak clearly here. Coming from Malta. From Malta Nibelschitz, The Art of Self-Destruction. Okay, so let me just read a couple of lines here. so let me just read a couple of lines. And I've been seeing though during the time that Malte was shown on screen, he has this number game. And if ever you're interested to know what numbers you do have corresponds with this book, hey, feel free to grab a copy though. There is a QR code for you to scan and for you to check on which books would you love to add it onto your future books to read list. Okay, so without further ado, let me just read a couple of lines here and what the book is all about. So, okay. Are you tired of all those self-help books promising you the secrets to success and happiness? Do you find yourself craving something different? Something that speaks more to your inner rebel? Wow. So look no further than The Art of Self-Destruction. In this refreshingly unconventional guide, we explore 50 ways to embrace the chaos, revel in self-sabotage, and become the victim you never thought you could be. Wow, okay, that's a new take on self-help books. So from squandering your finances to surrounding yourself with negativity, each chapter delves into a new avenue of self-destruction, inviting you to explore the dark corners of your psyche with humor and candor. So here's just a taste of what you'll discover. So on Carpe Diem. Wow, so instead of Carpe Diem, there's on Carpe Diem. Okay, so why seize the day when you can let it slip through your fingers? Wow, love that one. Blame others. It's never your fault. Find comfort in passing the blame. Don't we all do that? Okay. And another one here is fear is your friend. Embrace fear as your constant companion and watch your world shrink. Okay. Next line is also bite the hand that feeds you. Who needs support when you can alienate everyone around you? Okay, with a blend of satire, wisdom, and a healthy dose of irony, The Art of Self-Destruction flips the script on traditional self-help tropes, inviting readers to find empowerment through embracing their flaws and limitations. So again, say goodbye to self-improvement. Okay, that's kind of a bit of one. Okay, let me just do that again. So say goodbye to self-improvement and hello to the joy of staying stuck. Are you ready to unleash your inner victim? Dive into The Art of Self-Destruction today and embrace the chaos within. So if you are interested in, as what Lillian has said, The Art of Self-Destruction is one of her favorite books. You guys get a copy too. So if you are interested to know about this, and this is a different take with self-help books, and it's really a unique take onto things. So try to check it out though. QR code is available on screen on the book cover, so scan it, grab it, and add it to your future books to read list. Okay, so again, that's coming from Malte and Nebelschitz, The Art of Self-Destruction. Okay, so and the next book that we do have here on the list, I'm just going to be rattling off a couple of books that we also do have here on hand. Shoes of Peace on the Desert Road. Okay, coming from Sarah Yvette Morales. It is a memoir. So if ever you are interested in knowing more about what the story is all about and which part of Sarah's life was this pertaining to, or if it's another person's life, go for it. Again, Shoes of Peace on the Desert Road. QR code is available on screen, and feel free to grab a copy. And hey, who knows? Maybe this is going to be some of your favorite reads in the future. Okay. And the next book that we do have here on the list, we got two books coming from the same author, Mr. Edward R. Lipinski. So first book that he has here on the list is Visions of Destiny. Okay, so that's going to be Visions of Destiny coming from Edward R. Lipinski. And again, it's going to, if ever you're interested in knowing more about this book, feel free to scan that QR code. Oh, hold on. Let me just read a comment by Pam Jackson here. Let me just pop that up. So, hey, Rob, is this the last day of the event, right? Yeah, it's basically it's going to be the last day of the event. So if ever you are in the vicinity of, again, if you are in the vicinity of Frankfurt and you want to visit us though and get featured, hey, bring a copy of your own book. Feel free to approach us. Again, it's the last day. Again, good things come to those who wait. And if you're waiting for the last day to come, this is the time that you can visit us at our booth. Again, that's going to be at Hall 6, ground floor. That's going to be at row B, booth 11. Okay. So again, once again, though, it's going to be the last day. It's kind of a bit sad. But you don't need to worry, though, because we will be doing another event that's going to be this November 30th. And that's going to be for the Guadalajara International Book Fair. So you'll be seeing me, or you'll be seeing someone else as well. Who knows? The tables will turn. You might be seeing me there physically, or you might be seeing here at the studio again. Who knows? We'll never know unless we try. That's one thing I could always keep on saying. Okay. So once again, coming back with the book, Visions of Destiny, coming from Edward R. Lipinski. So if ever you're interested to know more about Edward's books, feel free to scan that QR code, and you can go to his Amazon page. I'm trying to check all of the other books that he has on list. And also one more thing is another book coming from Edward R. Lipinski is Werewolf on Madison Avenue. There. Werewolf on Madison Avenue. Now, I just want to give a special heads up about this book. If ever you are interested in knowing more about this book, again, just want to give you a heads up. This is tagged as general fiction, but it has a little touch of humor as well as what Edward would like to say about this. Okay, so if ever you're interested in knowing more about this book, hey, grab a copy. It's available on Amazon. QR code is on screen. Just scan it, and then you're a-okay and good to go. Okay, and next book that we do have here on the list coming from our very own Eleanor Gachetta. That's Generations of Good Food. So again, I've been saying, if ever you are interested in adding a cookbook to your how do you say this, to your to books that you want to read in the future, or for this Thanksgiving, it's going to be a perfect book that you can have to add more recipes. And as far as I remember, last year during the Festival of Storytellers, Ellie was baking, was doing a more of like a cook show during her live booth session. So you can check it out though. Again, if ever you are interested in knowing more about Ellie and what her recipes have, feel free to scan the QR code, and you can also go to her website. That's onecaregiversjourney.com. Okay. And speaking of One Caregiver's Journey, another book coming from Ellie, from Eleanor Gachetta, is One Caregiver's Journey. So this is a memoir talking about her story. I'm not going to spoil anything because I want you guys to grab a copy and see what this book is all about. And I can really tell you, there is going to be something, how to say this? There's something about this book that really pulls you in. It pulls on your heartstrings, okay? So if ever you want to know more about this book, again, go forward, scan that QR code, and add it to your future books to read list, okay? And next book that we do have here on the list is, this starts with a question, okay? It's coming from Hope Raymond, is Where in the World is God? Humanity as Mirror. So where in the world is God? And if ever you want to know how he came up with that question and what answers that he concluded with, feel free to scan that QR code. It's available on screen with the book cover. So if you are interested to know the answer to this question, feel free to scan the QR code. It's available through Amazon and Barnes & Noble. And hey, who knows, this will be something that you would add to your future books to read list as well. Okay. And next book that we do have 3 books coming from the same author and very own Jamie Poulos Fry. So first book we have on here for a book shout out is A Widow's Cry, a helpful tool for widow ministries. There. It is a spiritual and inspirational book. And on top of that, though, Jamie also has another book, which is Family Memories with a Little Mystery in it. There. Okay. So if you want to know what that mystery is and you want to know more about that, hey, QR code is available. It's just only one scan away for you to get a copy of that book and check what this book is really all about. But again, if ever you're going to go for Jamie's books, then I would also highly recommend that you can also add her third book, which is Servant's Heart, from the voice of a volunteer. There. So again, we got 3 books coming from Jamie Poulos Fry. And if ever you're interested in each of those books and want to get the whole set, feel free to scan that QR code and grab a copy and add it to your books of collection, or you want to have something on your downtime, want to read some stuff, go for this, okay? Go for this book. It's just only one scan away. Go for it. It's available through Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Okay. And next book that we do have here on the list, talking about, we're still on the spiritual and inspirational books. Next book is Sheltered by Jesus, a voice for the homeless, coming from Ken Allen and Pastor Richard Berry. Okay, so if ever you are interested in knowing more about this book, and I can tell you though, this is a really good book. It has this deep foundation where this book is coming from. So if you want to know what this book is all about and how can this also touch your lives and anchor you down to earth, feel free to grab a copy. It's available through Amazon and Barnes & Noble, and it's just only one scan to that QR code away. Okay. And next book that is part as well from this book series is Shelters by Jesus, Christ's Lighthouse, Part 5. So if there's Part 5, then you do know that there's Part 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So again, if ever you are interested to know more about this book, hey, it's just only one scan away. Grab a copy, add the collection or add the series to your shelves, or if you want to add it to your future books to read list as well for the next quarter. That's going to be next year. So start the year right, have a couple of books, put it down there, jot it down, and hey, who knows, maybe you'll fall in love with how to say this, with new reads for you to add to your future books to read list. Okay. And next book that we do have here on the list is another self-help book, which is The Power of Imperfect Parents. There. What a powerful title, coming from Linda Drake. Now, the power of imperfect parents, though, if this comes to me as with the title itself, though, I don't. There are no such thing as perfect parents, because before you became a parent, everyone is a first-time parent when they have their first child. Am I making sense? I think I'm making sense here. So everyone is the first-time parent whenever they have their first child, and no one has taught us how to be a first-time parent. And the only people that we can lean on to are our parents as well. But again, there's nobody perfect. But if ever you want to know more about this book, about this self-help book with relationships and also for relationships, feel free to grab a copy. Though again, Power of Imperfect Parents, coming from Linda Drake. QR code is available on screen. Okay. And a couple of books that we do have here. We do have a couple of more books before we go on a quick commercial break. Next book is Freckles Finds a Forever Home. There, that's the bunny I was looking for. Okay, so again, it's Freckles Finds a Forever Home, coming from Renee Cervello. It is a children's book, so if ever you are interested and want to know more about this book, and if you love children's books to give for this book buying season, again, it's almost Christmas, it's good to give the gift of knowledge to children as well. Something they can read, make it a tradition, okay? Again, there might not be perfect parents, but you can always have the tradition of reading your child a bedtime story every once in a while then, okay? So make this part of that nightly routine with your children. So again, once again, that is Freckles Finds a Forever Home from Renee Cervello. And next book that we do have here on the list, coming from the same author, Renee, is Humor All the Way. There. If you want to have a touch of humor in your life and want to go for that book that you can just reach on and try to read a couple of lines and laugh all the way, go for it. Oh, and I'm just reading one comment here from Andrea Richards. Freckles looks adorable. Yes, I love the artwork when it comes with Freckles. Really cute rabbit, really cute illustration. Really love the mind that was behind that cover as well. Okay. But again, though, coming back with another book from Renee, that's Humor All the Way and Freckles Finds Forever Home. If you are interested to know more about her and all about her books, feel free to scan that QR code and you can check as well on what else you can add to your future books to read list. Oh, and also coming from Brittany. I agree. After all, laughter is the best medicine, they say. And yeah, I think that if you laugh, you can laugh all your worries and pain away. So, but does that correlate with people who laugh too much or in too much pain? Who knows? Maybe this is going to be the book that would help you a lot if ever you are in that current situation. So again, feel free to grab a copy. QR code is available on screen. So that, once again, that is Humor All the Way, coming from Renee Cervello. Okay. And next book that we do have here on the list is Salvo Answers to an Apocalypse. There. Okay, Salvo finds Salvo finds a forever home. I was mixing up with Freckles here. I was thinking about Freckles for a bit. So Salvo Answers to an Apocalypse, coming from Randy Lee Higgins. Okay, so again, if ever you're interested and want to know more about this book, hey, QR code is available on screen. Feel free to check it out and see if ever you want to go for it, try to check it out and see though on what this book is really all about. Okay, and next book that we do have here on the list, and by the way, before I move on with after this book, because I just want to do a special note about this, but first is the book itself is Dark Origins, Making Monsters, coming from A.J. Parnell. Okay, so Dark Origins from A.J. Parnell though, and here's the good thing about this is a 2-book series. Okay, so if ever you can if ever you'll be have time though, if you want to check it out though, it is available on Amazon, and there's going to be another book coming from A.J. Parnell that would be popping up this December. So if ever you want to check it out, it's available for pre-order on Amazon. You can and AJ has a couple of books as well on his list. So if ever you want to check it out, though, go for it. Again, Dark Origin, Making Monsters from A.J. Parnell. And there's going to be an upcoming book this December 2nd. AJ, if ever you are available in chat, though, hopefully you can confirm that for me, because I just want to make sure, because I was checking your Amazon page as well for this, and I'm seeing that you have a book that's about to be published. The title is going to be published this 2nd of December. So, but if ever you want to check it out, though, do a pre-order. Again, A.J. Parnell's book, Dark Origins, Making Monsters, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, is Variations, Monster Variations. Try to check it out, though. It's a good read. Go for it. Okay, so again, and once again, that is Dark Origins, Making Monsters from A.J. Parnell. Okay, and next book that we do have here on the list is The Moors in Spain when Arab and African Muslims led the world. Coming from Tyrrell Jamal Paxton. Okay, so if ever you are interested in knowing more about this and what this story is all about, hey, feel free to check it out on Amazon. Though it is available for you to purchase, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, or if ever you can check out Tyrrell's website, go for it. Though again, if you want to know more information and if you are interested in these types of books, hey, no one's stopping you from grabbing a copy of this book as well. Okay, and before I move on to a commercial break, just wanted to read a couple of comments here. Coming from Paul though. Paul, yes, I think that Paul and me are on the same boat when it comes with mental health. So mental health is just as important as physical health, in my opinion. Yes, I do agree with that. Okay, physical ailments, mental ailments, but do you think that humor can also help with these two aspects? Like if you are feeling pain emotionally, humor cures it. I'm a first-hand account on that. But for physical pain, if you laugh through the pain though, does that also make you feel better? Who knows? Who knows? Or it's trying to put it on. It's making me confused right now. Like talking about this, it's kind of a bit confusing me on how can does humor have a way to cure those two ailments though? Physical, emotional, those two things. But again, physical and mental health are both important. Okay, because again, if you want to take care of your physical aspect, you need to make sure that your mental health is good for your physical health to be good as well. And if your physical health is good, then your mental health is good as well. But again, Paul says he would rather have physical pain than mental pain, because physical pain is just only one aspirin away, while mental pain, that is just, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this, but never mind. You know what I'm trying to get to with that mental pain thing. Okay, but again though, so if ever you're interested, again, those are the books that we do have here for a shout out for the first half of our book shout out. But once again though, I just want to go for a quick just do a quick commercial break. Just want to give a couple of notes here and there. Just want to make sure that you guys are aware on where you can follow us on social media, what things you'll be expecting from us in the next following months, especially that there are a couple of things. And I gotta tell you though, if you are online right now, don't forget to like and share our this live stream as well, to make sure that you can have your fellow authors or future writers to see that there is always ways for your book to get the spotlight in the search. Okay, so just stay tuned, sit back, relax, and enjoy your cup of coffee if it's morning there, and enjoy your dinner if it's evening, and if it's in the afternoon, hey, enjoy a quick snack, maybe a biscuit, get a scone, grab a cup of tea, or in my case, always grab a cup of coffee. Okay, so if ever you just sit back, relax, and I'll be back after a few quick questions. Okay, just hold on. And welcome back. Okay, as you can see, though, Guadalajara International Book Fair will be happening this November 30 to December 4. So please feel free to join us, though. Mark those dates on your calendars, and be with us during that time. Feel free to join in. Embrace the event. Again, that's what I call it. It's more of an intellectual literary event. So go and mark your calendars if ever you want to be there during the Guadalajara International Book Fair and get a chance to talk with some staff, build connections, and talk with fellow authors that are there as well during that time. Okay, so but again, no, as good things come to last, though, there are only a couple of books that we'll be shouting out for today. But don't you worry, because we will still be having another session later. So that's going to be on our afternoon session, where we will also be drawing in who will be winning that free Kindle for our online trivia question. Okay, so if you do have an entry, don't worry, I'm going to be putting a quick recap later on before we start the raffle draw to see on who has that chance to win a free Kindle. But again, very important thing is you gotta be there during the raffle draw, because if I'm gonna pick up your name and you won't respond, then I need to make sure that and I'm gonna give you like, let's say like 30 seconds to a minute for you to respond. There, I'm gonna be a bit more like Santa Claus here, and give them much more leeway when it comes with the raffle draw for the Kindle. Unfortunately, I won't be having any trivia questions for today, but again, we'll be having the raffle draw that's going to be for this afternoon's session. So be there, tune in, and if ever you have any raffle entries, this might be your chance to win a free Kindle. So last time that's Printers of Lit Fest, we gave away like two. I think we gave out two Kindles during that time. And right now, though, we're giving away still two. One for those who joined the physical event that was a scavenger hunt at the Frankfurt International Book Fair, and one for as well on our online for online guests, people who are tuning in. Okay, so again, stay tuned later on, and don't need to worry, though, we'll give an announcement before, and I'll give you leeway for you to respond once your name will be called. And I'm going to be calling your name as loud as possible if ever you're going to be having me at the background. Okay, so to continue with our book shout outs. Okay, so next book that we do have here on the list is from Lois Szymanski, which is, the title is Wild Cult. Okay, so again, Wild Cult from Louise Szymanski. It is a literature and fiction book, so if ever you are interested in getting a copy of this book, hey, feel free to check it out on Amazon. It's how to say, I keep on saying that I'll do my research, but unfortunately I really haven't done my research about these courses that Lois has been publishing. Okay, because Lois has a lot of books under, if you can say the author profile, though, a lot of books are in there. Okay, we have like Shinkotique Ponytails, we have your Wild Coat, Surfer Dude, a couple more. So if ever you want to know more about the book, hey, go for it. Check it out, though. Again, title is A Wild Cult from Lois Szymanski. Okay, and the next book that we do have here on the list, coming from my man Paul Pocket. That is the official Trap House coloring book for adults, stress and anxiety relief, humor and entertaining, coming from Paul and Pocket. Okay, so Paul, so again, this is your book here. Thank you much for joining the stream. And Paul has been here with us from day 1 up until day 5. And thank you very much, even though it's almost like 3 o'clock Florida time. It's almost 3 a.m. It's almost 3 a.m. there. And I really appreciate you joining in, man. Like, I love you so much. Thank you much for the love and support here. And always thank you for tuning in. And if ever you're interested in getting these coloring books, because Paul has a lot of coloring books, feel free to check it out on Barnes & Noble. So that's bn.com. Go for it, and you can get it available. And if you want to relieve that stress and anxiety that you're feeling, because again, mental health and therapy go a long way. And if you want to start small, having a coloring book can help you out with that. Okay, so once again, that is from Paul Pocket, the official Trap House coloring book for adults, stress and anxiety relief, humor and entertaining. Okay, and if ever you are into the Halloween vibe, Paul also has a Halloween coloring book, so check it out, go for it. And he also has a sophisticated one which has the daily quotes. Yeah, this guy has a lot of coloring books. Go for it, grab one. Hey, don't be shy. Okay, even if you are an adult and you want to have a coloring book, if you want to color within the lines or outside the lines, go for it. Okay, if you love it, grab it. It's available in barnesandnoble.com. That's bn.com. Okay, and next book that we do have here on the list is coming from Jeff Zimmerman. It's sorry for that, Apocalyptic Euphoria Part 2. Okay, so again, if ever you are interested in knowing more about Jeff Zimmerman's book, he does have a lot of books as well. From Jeff Zimmerman, Apocalyptic Euphoria Part 1 that was shouted out yesterday, and now is a Part 2. So if ever you want to know, and if you want to push Jeff to make another series for this, go for it, grab it. Again, it's Apocalyptic Euphoria Part 2, available through Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Hey, and if ever you want to know more books from Jeff Zimmerman, Jeff has a lot of books for you to choose from, okay? And the next book that we do have here on the list is from S.C. Cyborski. It is Underneath. Do you know what's hiding underneath your bed? Okay, and if you want to know what that monster lurks behind, or is it really a monster? Or is it just something else? Or is it part of a figment of your imagination? Who knows, okay? So if ever you're interested in knowing more about this book coming from S.C. Cyborski, title book is Underneath, and S.C. Cyborski has a lot of books that, how do you say this? That has a lot of books under, I'm not sure if it's okay to say the name of Samantha there, because Samantha has a lot of books under her belt. Go for it, grab it, and hey, if ever there are books that you would fall in love with, Samantha might have that book for you. Okay, so again, that's coming from S.C. Cyborski. Titled book Underneath is available through Amazon and Barnes and Noble. Okay, and I just want to read one comment coming from Tosh One. Am I pronouncing it correct? Because I believe that you wanted me to read your name. And I do have this track record of either pronouncing it correctly or mispronouncing last names. But again, is it just me, or is the lineup today really awesome? Yeah, I think we have a lot of variety with today's lineup with how do you say this? Book shoutouts. We have a couple of self-help, unorthodox self-help books. We do have memoirs. We do have cooking books. We do have political books. We do also have like stories, general fiction, thrillers, a lot of books. Like, it is a couple of, we do have a lot of variety for today. And yeah, thank you much for noticing that, Tosh. I really appreciate that. Okay. And also, but again, coming back with the book again, that's from S.C. Cyborski, Underneath. And if ever you want to know another book coming from another author named Peter Hallam, title of the book is The Life and Times of Oliver Crombat. Okay, so it's an alternative history series of funny short stories. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Peter also published the book Vlad the Inhaler. There, got it. So again, if ever you want to know more about this, and if ever you are into funny short stories as well, using how to say this, the alternative history series, go for it. Again, Peter Hallam has a couple of books under his belt, so feel free to check it out. It's available through Amazon and Barnes and Noble. Okay, and again, we only have 5 books left on our list here for the shout out, and it's kind of sad that I really don't want this day to end, but unfortunately, good things must always come to an end. But again, if ever there are some books that you really want to add to your future books to read list, and if there's something that you really want to know more and you're curious about, again, they are all available through Amazon or Barnes and Noble. Okay, but again, though, coming back with the next book that we do have here on the list, coming from Sir Lena Rose, it is a religion and spirituality book. The title of the book is Resilient Rose. Okay, so as you can see, the Resilient Rose coming from Sir Lena Rose, and if ever you're interested to know more about this book is and what makes her resilient, try to grab a copy, though. It's available through Amazon and Barnes and Noble. Okay, and next book that we do have here on the list is coming from Caleb Varney. This is a teen and young adult fiction book. Its title is it's coming from, my bad, I was reading the next book. It's coming from Michael McCormick. This is a literature and fiction book. Title of the book is Intruder, a horrifying poetic tale. There, got it. So again, it's Intruder, a horrifying poetic tale coming from Michael McCormick. And if you want to know what's so horrifying about this, check it out, though. It's available through Amazon and Barnes & Noble, okay? And what I'm reading earlier was coming from Caleb Varney, a teen and young adult fiction. Title of the book is The One Called Jade. There. Okay, so we have here, the next book is The One Called Jade, coming from Caleb Varney. So if ever you are, it's a teen and young adult fiction book, and if ever you are interested in knowing about this, and why is she called Jane, and why is she even considered the one? Not Neo from The Matrix, but why is she called the one? So again, it's available through Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Feel free to grab a copy, and hey, who knows, maybe this is something that you would really love. Again, when you add to your future books to your read list, okay? Am I trying to sound more dramatic when I'm having this voice? Is it much more dramatic? Is it good to listen? Do I feel like that ASMR feel? So that's The One Called Jade, coming from Caleb of Varney. Okay, it's a teen and young adult book. If ever you're interested, again, it's available through Amazon and Barnes and Noble. Okay, and the second book that we do have here on the list, and before I continue though, just want to comment on this, coming from Shirley Howard. Yes, it is a very unique book cover. I gotta give that. Okay. Also, coming from Julia Valentine. This is a bit random, but does anyone here know how to ride a horse? Oh, okay. That is going to be a bit random. And I think there's going to be some horse riders who will be, how do you call this? Jockeys? Do you call them jockeys? Those who, equestrians. Am I saying it correctly? But hey, if ever you are one and you want to answer Julia's question, hey, go for it. Okay, who knows? Okay. So again, next book that we do have here on the list is coming from Brandy Renee. It's Levi and Rex: The Journey Through Destruction. Now, if you might be seeing though on the cover, okay, so if ever you might be seeing on this cover, and if ever you want to check it out though, again, you might be seeing that the cover has a couple of things that's been cut off. But here's what's unique about this, and I would highly suggest for you to check it out on Amazon. It is a front cover, spine, and back cover. So it's one continuous image that you can check it out. Okay, so again, I would highly suggest check it out on Amazon, Levi and Rex. It's available again through Amazon and Barnes & Noble. And if you want to know that it's coming from the author Brandy Renee. Okay, it is a good book. You can check it out though. Feel free to check it out on Amazon and Barnes & Noble as well. And just want to read one comment here coming from Maxine Thorson. Will Revan be with you later on? How do you say this? Yes, he will be if he answers to my summons later on. Okay, but again, it's a case-to-case basis. Again, if he will be available later on, but I'm gonna try my best to at least have it so we can have two energies that will be coming out with joining me for the book shoutouts as well. And yeah, from Panda, it's kind of a bit sad we can't see it's been cut out though, because again, the cover is kind of a bit unique when it comes with this book, because it's a one continuous image folded up into a book cover, including the spine, including the flaps. So it's really hard to put it on display here. But if ever you can check it on Amazon though, you can see the full image, but it comes with the how to say this, coming from the book cover itself. Oh, and coming one question coming from Zenki. Will you be hosting something else after the event? There won't be any other. I'm not sure though, but it's a case-to-case basis. If ever I'll be, because for the Guadalajara International Book Fair, of course, you'll be expecting me to do book shoutouts. But who knows? Maybe someone else will also be sitting in as well. For me to do a duo back-to-back thing. But who knows? Who knows? Okay. But again, but we also do have some author interviews. So if ever you want to catch me off the screen, I'm not talking about book shoutouts, then feel free to check out our author interviews. They will be scheduled through so we'll be doing an announcement on which interviews will be happening from different authors. That's usually a daily thing, so you can check it out though. It's either me or one of my colleagues who will be doing the interview. Okay, and but hey, who knows? Okay, who knows what other events I'll be joining in and doing some postings as well. Okay. Oh, and from Peter, hey Peter, thank you much for joining the stream. Just talked about your book, The Life and Times of Oliver Cromwell, and also talked about your other book, Vlad the Inhaler. Yeah, thank you much for joining in the stream, Peter. Really love to see you. Thank you much for the support. Really love you. Okay, and also from Matthew Miller, this is quite random, but what are your plans for the rest of the day, Rob? I don't usually plan things. I plan things ahead of time, like a week before, a week after, 3 days ahead. I haven't thought. I think after today, I'll just get home, eat dinner, play with my dog, and then get some rest. Hey, but hey, how about you? How about you guys? How are you planning to spend the rest of your day? Because it's a Sunday, and yeah, there are a lot of things you can do on a Sunday. Sunday afternoon, Sunday walk. Hey, who knows? You can even go outside, have fun with friends. Unfortunately, though, I consider myself to be the introvert, and I only contact friends whenever there is going to be an occasion. Am I bad for being that way? Who knows? And we'll never know what's going to be next. But once again, coming back with the whole book, again, coming back with this book, Levi and Rex: The Journey Through Destruction. Feel free to check it out, though. It's available through Amazon and Barnes & Noble. If you want to see the full cover, hey, go for it. Okay, Levi and Rex: it has an interesting take when it comes with covers. It has this old school vibe thing, okay? So going for that. And next book that we do have here on the list is it's from Audrey Toussaint Shelby, one of our Reader's Magnet authors, is Pray Without Ceasing, a 31 Days in Prayer. Okay, it's a Christian book and Bible, so we're ending our book shoutouts with from one of our Reader's Magnet authors, Audrey Toussaint Shelby, Pray Without Ceasing, a 31 Days in Prayer. So again, there is a saying that in order for you to have something as a habit, you need to do it in 30 days. Usually 60 days or 90 days. Okay, it depends. But for this though, for 31 days, it's good for a monthly prayer journal. So go for it again. That's that is Pray Without Ceasing, 31 Days in Prayer from Audrey Shelby, available through Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Okay, and before I end this session, let me just see some couple of comments that we have here. So from Andrea, you plan on having fun with friends later. Hey, have fun moderately. Okay, I'm not going to say the word. Okay, have fun moderately. And again, if everyone have fun with friends, go for it. It's the weekend. Enjoy it. Okay, you only have 5 days to work and 2 days to spend it on a weekend. And those 2 days, make it count. Have fun. Go somewhere. Travel. If you want to travel for a day, go for it. No one is stopping you. The only person that stops you from doing something that you want in your life is you yourself alone. Okay. And coming from Ellie Einstein, when I see dragons, I want to pick up that book already. So don't worry, Ellie. The book Levi, again, Levi and Rex, The Journey Through Destruction. Yes, there is a dragon at the back cover, and you want to see how beautiful that dragon was illustrated. Again, it's available through Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Okay. So try to get it out though. Have fun. Go ham when it comes with your books, okay? If ever there are some books that you fall in love with and you want to add it to your future books to read list, hey, okay, just go back with a couple of seconds though, scan those QR codes. If you are tired of scanning it, you can just check it out on Amazon, type in the title of the book, it pops up, and grab a copy, okay? So if ever you are, and if you want to know more, and if you are looking forward to a few more books that we'll be having, hey, stay tuned because we'll be having another session later on. It's going to be our afternoon sessions again, where we'll be doing our book shoutouts and also where we will be announcing who will be winning that free Kindle. Is it going to be you? I'm talking to you, the person who has a raffle entry. We're going to be rattling off the names who has earned a raffle entry. Again, we do have some people who have like 9 or 12 raffle entries, but who knows? Maybe those ones who have one raffle entry get a chance to win a free Kindle. Okay, but again, rules are simple. You just gotta be there during the event, during the raffle draw, just to make sure that our Reader's Magnet can get in touch with you and provide instructions on how we can send you the free Kindle. Okay, so once again, though, if ever you had loved this session, please leave a like and share this live stream as well. Because again, later on, we're going to also be having another session, which is going to be called our mid wrap-up session. It's about kind of a bit of a farewell, but I want to consider that because I'll still be seeing you, okay, later on the YouTube and Facebook space. The interwebs is kind of a bit like of my digital home here with Reader's Magnet. Okay, but again, if ever you are interested in some of these books, feel free to grab a copy. And looking forward to see you later on our last session for the FIBF book shoutouts later on as well. Okay, so again, stay tuned, and if ever it's morning there again, in case I don't see you, that's good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to each and every one of you, and see you later for our mid-afternoon session as well. Okay, so once again, this is Rob. So see you later, and toodaloo, bye bye.